Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he'll get this one up to the 26. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Matt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And Beasley with it over the middle. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Please.
They'll run with Mack. Pretty move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Gone, gone. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Allen now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
To throw, it's Allen. Complete here, it's Hyde. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. Here's Allen. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Look at the dance and the juke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. They run high, and he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Panthers have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Dances by him. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just about on his own goal line. This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. 20. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A gain of 39 that time.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They'll run high. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Gone!
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. And his kick is right through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
A gain of 3, second down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down, Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Set. 319. 319.
Now a carry from Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And on the ground they go with the running back. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Throw it, Mayfield. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Myers able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big third down play there for the Jags. 48 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On second down, here's Allen. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jonathan Hankins with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Lutz's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Mayfield now on second down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Fighting through, and he's got space. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
And the blitz does come. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19.
Mayfield looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
3-19.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Shrugs him off. And past the 30 down to about the 27. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set! Move! Land it!
Now they try the right side here. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Leopard! Leopard!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Flushed out right. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there, 20 yards. Throwing on first down is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Set! Green
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be third down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing now is Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
To throw, Mayfield. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now Allen. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. reception is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And that has to drive a coach crazy.
3-19.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
All right, now look at 56.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Cole. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And it's 3rd down.
Good. Here we go now. 3-19.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Going deep here for Bryant. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Allen. Gotta have this one. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's It's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll run it here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Leopard.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loaded in the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
On the give, this is their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Leopard. Hot. Watch him now, Barney.
Mayfield now from the 50. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That goes for a gain of 31.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the ball is knocked out. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Steps away to his left, and they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And the Panthers coming out now. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
They win game number 7, which was their goal at the beginning of the season and the final game of the season.
And I know a lot of people would wonder about the celebration. Why would you be so excited? Getting 7 wins? Well, guess what? That's what they wanted to do. To hit a goal, that means something for a team, and they should celebrate that fact.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.